Most people hit 40 and start asking themselves the questions they've avoided for decades. Why am I still doing this? Whose life am I living? Why don't I feel fulfilled even though I've checked all the boxes? If this sounds like you, consider this your wake up call. Because here's the truth: you don't need more goals, you just need the right goals. And that only happens when you discover your core values. I'm Kate Dark, and I've helped hundreds of people over 40 go from feeling lost and unfulfilled to confident, to feeling clear about themselves and very grounded without quitting their job or moving to Bali. But before I walk you through this process, let me make one thing clear. Most people go their entire lives without ever discovering their true values. They follow the script: school, job, family, retirement, and by the time they hit midlife, they find themselves staring into the mirror thinking, why does none of this feel like me? It's not your fault. The thing is, I was there. I woke up one morning and I went to the bathroom. I was looking in the mirror and I thought, I don't even recognize who you are anymore. And that was my wake up call. So that's when I started to get on this journey of my personal growth, and which led me to what I'm doing today. And that is helping so many people who come to me feeling lost. They have this emptiness within them. They lack purpose. They're unsure of who they are. And so this is where I started the I Am program, because I really saw a need to support people on a greater level rather than just a 90-minute session, and that they would return the week after or the fortnight after, or some would not return. This way, with the I Am program, we really work out a roadmap and we work together every week. But also, there's emails that after the session, that private one-to-one session, there's an email that sums up everything with different tips, with different strategies for you to implement. And then there's contact during the week as well via WhatsApp or Messenger. This way, everyone has that support, because it's the moments of where you aren't receiving that support, that's when you fall back into what's been happening, those old habits. This way, you can message and say, hey, I'm struggling today, or I'm confused about this. And then I'm able to respond. And this helps you to stay on track. So, this is why I really started the I Am program, to follow through with that support for you, but also on a one-to-one basis. This is not about a group session, and this is not about one program fits all. This is about discovering what it is that you want for yourself, where you are in the moment to where you want to be, and filling in the steps in the middle. And the thing is, you were never taught to find your values. But if you don't fix this now, you'll just keep waking up with that empty feeling inside, like you're living someone else's life. You're on autopilot. So let me walk you through a simple process that's only going to take 15 minutes. So all you need is a pen, a notebook, and the willingness to be honest with yourself. So our first step is to reflect on your peak moment. You don't need to meditate in a forest for 6 hours or journal in a diary for hours on end. Just grab a notebook and write down 3 to 5 moments where you felt most alive. Not when you looked successful on paper, you felt alive on the inside. What is it that lights you up? What is your passion? What really makes you feel alive? It could have been a big achievement or a small, quiet moment that no one even noticed. The key question is, what made that moment feel meaningful to you? And only you can dig deep inside and to really allow that moment, those feelings to surface for you to understand what it was about that moment that made you feel inspired. What is a connection, creativity, freedom, impact? These are the questions that you can ask yourself to really dig deep into understanding who you are right now, but also understand that who you are right now doesn't mean that this is forever. This is one part of your journey. You're always growing. And the more open you are to that personal growth, that spiritual growth, the more life changes and the more life opens up to you and the more inspired you are to continue. Pause the video and do this right now. Seriously, just take this moment to go through what it is that we've been talking about. Okay, you're done? If not, please do it. The best thing that you can do for yourself is to self-reflect, to spend a few moments each day, preferably in the evening, and just go over your day, see the positives, see what you felt that you could improve on, how you could make things different for yourself the next day or the next situation that crops up. Set a reminder in your phone until you get into the habit, or do what I do. I leave my diary and a pen on my bed. So then I jump into bed and I pick up that diary and I start to self-reflect on my day. This helps me to understand who I am. This helps me to connect within, nurture relationships with your husband, your wife, your partner, your children, friendships. This is the same. It's nurturing the relationship that you can have with yourself. And these moments are your clues. So let me just share a quick story with you right now. One of my clients thought that she valued status, but when we looked deeper, every peak moment was about helping someone else, not being seen. What she really valued was contribution, and that changed everything for her. It's reframing things in your mind. But without that self reflection, how can you reframe it in your mind? Because you're not bringing that into your awareness. Step 2, find the patterns and name the values. Now look back at those peak moments. Circle or underline repeating themes or feelings. Do you keep seeing words like family, truth, growth, or freedom? Those aren't just emotions. They're your core values trying to tell you something. Pick your top 3 to 5. These are your compass moving forward. Still stuck? Ask yourself, what makes me furious when it's missing? That's another powerful way to really uncover what you stand for. Step number 3 is to test them in real life. Here's the most part that people skip. Values aren't just something that you hang on your wall. They're meant to be lived daily. So take one small action for each value. If you wrote down growth, try reading 10 pages a day. If you wrote down connection, then schedule a conversation this week with someone who is important in your life. Then ask yourself, how do I feel after doing this? If it energizes you or this passion burning within you, then you're aligned. You're aligned with who you truly are. If it drains you, then something is off. Tweak it and test it again. Here's a reality check. Some of my clients realized that their entire life was built on other people's values that weren't even theirs. That realization is painful, but it's also where real freedom begins. This is the growth. This is the work that we do together. So that's how you actually discover your values after 40. No fluff, no complicated 10-year plans, just real clarity in 15 minutes. If you take this seriously, your values will become your filter for everything. What you say yes to, what you walk away from, they're your boundaries. And how you build the next chapter of your life with intention, with purpose. Now, you've got two choices. You can do this alone, wrestle with the answers, and maybe get there eventually, or you can book a free 15-minute call with me, and I'll personally walk you through the exact steps to uncover your core values with total clarity. I do this every week with people just like you, people who feel stuck, uncertain, or ready to reclaim a life that finally feels like theirs. The link to book your free session is the first in the description. Click it and I'll see you in our session.